Hello everyone, Board Game Lawyer here, and tonight I'm going to play some Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight Games. And so I'm going to be playing up against Absorbing Man again. If you watched my last video, you'll notice that Hulk didn't do so well against Absorbing Man, so I thought that I'd play again this evening with another green hero, which is Drax. So let's take a look at Drax here. Drax, in his hero form, has a threat of thwart of one attack, and 2 defense. He's a guardian, and Drax gets +1 attack for each vengeance counter on him. Response: after the villain attacks Drax, place 1 vengeance counter here to a maximum of 3. If you cannot, draw 1 card. He has a hand size of 4 with the option to possibly draw an additional card in his hero form, and he has hit points of 14, which we have on our dial here. Let's take a look at his alter ego form. He has a recovery of 4. He is an outlaw. He has a force response. After you change this form, remove all vengeance counters from Drax. Heal 2 damage from him for each vengeance counter removed this way. Okay, so we'll begin with our alter ego, Drax. Let's take a look at Expert Absorbing Man. He starts off on stage 2 in expert form, and so he has a scheme of 2, an attack of 2. He's a brute, and Absorbing Man gains the trait of each environment in play. When revealed, if super absorbing power is not in play, deal 1 encounter card to each player, or is in play. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for super absorbing power, reveal it, shuffle the encounter deck if it was searched this way. Alright, so he starts with super absorbing power on the table, which is a side scheme that has 3 threat. And Absorbing Man gains the ice, metal, stone, and wood traits according to super absorbing power. That's a very powerful side scheme for Absorbing Man because most of his cards reference one of these traits, and he has all of them. So None Shall Pass is our main scheme. It tells us to use Absorbing Man 1 and 2 and to use 1 in modular encounter sets. So the modular encounter set that I included today, same one I had yesterday. That's the Ice Giants. Didn't see any of them yesterday, so maybe we'll see some today. The setup says discard cards from the encounter deck until an environment is discarded. Put that card into play and shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So here's our encounter deck. I'll just give it a quick shuffle here, and then we'll discard cards until we find an environment. All right, so we draw Caught Off Guard, Omnimorph Duplication, Frozen, The Cold Never Bothered Me, Loki. Clever. Gang Up, Abandoned Facility. So it has a force response. After Absorbing Man makes an undefended attack against you, discard 1 resource icon from your hand. 2 resource icons instead if there are 5 or more delay counters on the main scheme. Alright, so Abandoned Facility comes out on the table. That's our environment today. I'll try to remember to do that. Shuffle my encounter deck back up. Those cards go back in that we discarded. And so that's the end of side 1A. Side 1B says force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 delay counter here. Forced interrupt. When environment enters play, discard each other environment card in play. Begins with 2 threat. Adds 1 threat each turn. It threats out at 12. That's how we lose on None Shall Pass. So let's get our 2 threat on there to begin the game. I think we have everything set up. We have 15 hit points on Absorbing Man number 2, which is what he begins with. Drax is all set. All we have to do is draw our hand size of 6. So we have Unflappable. We draw Drax Knife. We draw Defiance. Moondragon. We have Mantis. Very good. That's a good card to start the game with. And we have Bait and Switch. So I think for sure we want to keep Mantis. And we also want to keep Drax Knife. Do we want Unflappable? After you defend against an attack and take no damage, exhaust Unflappable and draw 1 card. That is such a good card. I think I'll hang on to that one too. We'll discard Bait and Switch, Moondragon, and Defiance. And then we'll draw 3 more cards. So we'll draw Fight Me Coward, ready your hero, and draw 1 card. The villain attacks you. Ready your hero, draw a card. The villain attacks you. We have Energy. Nice. Like it. And we have Dwy Theat Mastery. Wow. That is a nice hand of cards to begin this game. Let's see if we can get hopefully all of them on the table. Let's see if that's possible. So I got 2. We're going to spend 2 resources for Mantis. So we definitely want to do that. We'll put Mantis on the table for 2. And then Drax is going to flip over to his hero form. Let's see. So if I do Fight Me Cower, it says ready your hero and draw 1 card. The villain attacks you. So this card can replace itself, and we can start getting attacked by Absorbing Man, which is really what we want to do, I think. Ready your hero and draw 1 card. The villain attacks you. This one says after Drax makes a basic attack, draw a card. And we want to have Drax's knife on the table too. So I don't think I could do everything. Tell you what, how about we do this? How about we put Dwy Theat Mastery. After Drax makes a basic attack, draw 1 card. So we'll put this on the table, and we'll use Unflappable to put it out. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So I'll put this on the table. So if Drax attacks, I can draw a card because of this one. Okay. Yep, we'll do that. All right, so Drax is going to make a basic attack against Absorbing Man. That's going to knock him down 1. And that allows us to draw 1 card. So we draw Intimidation. Remove X threat from a scheme, or X is equal to your attack. All right, we'll hang on to that for a moment. So now if we play Fight Me Coward, let's see. After Absorbing Man makes an undefended attack against you, discard a resource icon from your hand. So if I don't have any resource icons in my hand, which we will, try to figure out how to puzzle this one out to where we can, I think Fight Me Coward. Ready your hero and draw 1 card. The villain attacks you. I want to get rid of Super Absorbing Power too, and I may have to use Drax's Thwart along with Mantis's Thwart to get rid of that Super Absorbing Power. So let's do this so we don't lose. Is this random? Discard 1 resource icon from your hand. No, you just simply discard it from your hand. So that may not be so bad. Let's play Fight Me Coward. So we're going to ready Drax. And then we draw a card. And that is this one right here, Hard to Ignore. And then Drax defends, or Drax takes full damage. It says after this happens, okay. So that's what we'll do. We're going to take the damage onto Drax. So he's going to attack us for 2. Let's see. 2 plus this, which is 3. So I take 5 damage onto Drax. It takes him down to 9. Drax goes down to 9. And we have to discard a card from our hand. So I will discard Intimidation. We'll spend 1 to put Drax knife on the table. And so I do think that we need to get rid of Super Absorbing Power. So I know that it's not conventional to use Drax for his thwarting ability, but he does have one thwart. So we're going to take one off and then two off using Mantis to get rid of super absorbing power. We'll just get that out of the way early on. I don't like that card, and I feel much better with it off the table. So now he doesn't have all the traits. He just has metal now. So that'll render some of his cards ineffective. Okay. So we'll drop our hand size of, or he attacked us. So after the villain attacks Drax, place one vengeance counter here. So I did give him one more attack. All right. So then we'll draw up our hand size of 4. We have payback. After the villain attacks you, deal X damage to the villain, where X equals your attack. We have another Fight Me Coward. We have Starhawk. And we have electrostatic armor. All cards I like. Okay. All right. So, Absorbing Man places one threat onto None Shall Pass, as well as one delay counter. Delay counter there. All right, Absorbing Man's going to attack Drax. Are we going to defend? Well, I don't really want to lose any cards out of my hand, so yeah, I guess we will defend with Drax. And so he's going to defend for 2. And we draw up a Swinging Stone. And it has one boost icon on it, so that knocks us down to 8. So now we're there. And we get another counter on us. A Vengeance counter. Then he draws his encounter card, which is a Gang Up. The villain and each minion engage with you attacks you. Not good. So, Absorbing Man is going to attack Drax for 2, plus this boost icon. It says if there is 5 or more delay counters on the main scheme, take 1 indirect damage. There is not. So he attacks us for 2 more, which knocks us down to 6, and places yet another delay counter on us. And we weren't defending that attack, so we'll have to lose a card from our hand, which I believe will be Starhawk. We do have payback. It says after a villain attacks you, deal X damage to the villain, where X is equal to your attack. I didn't use that earlier. Good thing, because I added an extra 1, 2, 3, so I'm up to 5 attack now. So I can use that payback to hit Absorbing Man for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocks him down to 9 on his turn. Cool. So that's the yep. Make sure I did that right. So Absorbing Power, Swinging Stone was his first attack. This was his encounter card, and that was, just want to make sure that I did everything on his turn. Because now it's our turn, and I have 2 cards. One of them is Fight Me Coward. Ready your hero and draw a card. The villain attacks you. Okay, so we're going to ready our hero. The villain is going to attack us. I get to draw a card first. Ready your hero, draw a card, villain attacks you. So the card that we draw is Intimidation. Absorbing Man is going to attack Drax for 2. We're not going to defend it. So he'll hit us for 2 more. That'll knock Drax all the way down to... Let's see, I was at 6. Now I'm down to 4. Yeah, 4. Let's leave him down to 4 now. Fight Me Coward. Ready your hero. Draw a card. The villain attacks you. Now I have to discard a card. So we're going to discard Intimidation. And Drax is going to attack Absorbing Man for 5. For 5. And then that allows us to draw a card using the mastery over here. So we've got Dauntless. So using the Dauntless, we'll put Electrostatic Armor on the table. It says after you defend against an attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. All right, so Mantis, she's going to heal Drax for 3, so he brings him back up to 7. I hope I did that right. I've kind of lost track on the dial there. I think that I was down to 4. If not, we'll just say we're a cheaty hero. All right, so everything is done. We're going to ready Drax, ready Mantis, and we'll draw up our hand size of 4. So we draw the Power of Protection, and we draw a Counterpunch. We draw Bait and Switch, and we have the Parry card. Very nice. Ooh, very good, both of these. All right, so Absorbing Man's turn. We're going to place 1 threat onto None Shall Pass. And then we'll put 1 counter over there. Oh yeah, Mantis, she took a damage whenever she healed. She healed Drax. Okay, so we've got some defense cards here. Looks like we have at least 1. We've got a parry, so that will suffice the abandoned facility. We won't have to discard a card if I defend the damage. So Absorbing Man's going to attack Drax, and he's going to do so for 2 plus 2 is 4. And we're going to Hero Interrupt. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent X of that damage, where X is equal to double your attack. So my attack right now is sitting at 5, so I can defend 10 using parry. So no damage I take. After you defend against an attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. Let's do this first. Let's do this response first. It says, after your hero defends against an enemy attack, deal damage to an enemy equal to your hero's attack. So we're going to counterpunch Absorbing Man for 5, which will knock him all the way down to 0. So stage 1 of Absorbing Man is defeated. Stage 2 comes out, and he says, Absorbing Man gains a trait of each environment in play. Forced Interrupt. After Absorbing Man activates against you, if he has the Ice or Stone trait, place 1 threat on the main scheme. If he's Metal or Wood, take 1 indirect damage. So he comes into play with 16 hit points. And the attack is not completely over yet, so we can use that Electrostatic Armor. After you defend against the attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. So, 1 damage to Absorbing Man. And so that was his attack. That was his attack. So he kind of got hit harder attacking me than he did, just me attacking him, it seems, which is really cool. I like it. So then anyway, we're going to draw 1 card, or encounter card, which is Steel Kick. It says, when revealed, hero take 3 indirect damage, 4 indirect damage instead of metal if Absorbing Man has the metal trait. So, wait a second. Yeah, we took 1 damage for that. All right. Yeah. So he's going to take 3 indirect damage. We are metal. We're metal. So we're going to take 4 indirect damage since we have the metal trait. Indirect damage. So Mantis, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the way down to 3 now. And that's the end of Absorbing Man's turn. So, how about this? Mantis is going to exhaust as this action. Exhaust Mantis and deal 1 damage to her. Heal 3 damage from an identity. So we're going to go ahead and heal Drax. We're going to bring Drax up to 6. Okay, good. And then we are going to attack Absorbing Man for 5. There you go. Absorbing Man. Knock him down to 10. And then with our Mastery card, it allows us to draw a card. So we draw the Power of Protection. So we have 2 of those now. And then we have the villain attacks you, remove 4 threat from the main scheme. I don't know that we can afford to take a big, huge hit from Absorbing Man this turn and next turn too. So we may just stop while we're ahead. And how about we villain attacks you, remove 4 threat from the main scheme. Yeah, we'll just at the end of our turn discard bait and switch and maybe one of these powers of protection. All right, then we'll ready Drax, and we'll draw up. Do I want to hang on to that? About the only thing the Power of Protection is going to be good for is to put out some of those beefy allies, which we could draw extra cards now. Yeah, we could draw extra cards now, so I'm not as concerned about it. So I tell you what, how about we just discard the Power of Protection too? Maybe that'll give us a chance to get another defense card. So we're going to draw 4 cards. Limitless Stamina, Expert Defense, there we go. We have Strength, and we draw Charlie 27. Good, love these cards. All right, so None Shall Pass is on the table. So we place 1 threat there, and we place 1 here. Absorbing Man is going to attack Drax. We will have to discard a card from our hand if that's the case, which I think I'm okay. When your hero defends against an attack, it gets +3 for that attack. 3. If he hits me for 3, though, I'm done. Not good. Not good if he does that. So I do get to draw a card because of this. So, yeah, how about we just not take a chance? We play Limitless Stamina, or Expert Defense. We won't take any damage because of Expert Defense, most likely, because we're defending for 2 +3. So we'll take minimal damage, and we won't lose anything because of the abandoned facility. So we'll go ahead and do that with Drax. Use the Expert Defense. He's going to attack us for 3. +2 is 5, plus that star. If a Absorbing Man has ice or metal trait, give him a tough status card. So now he's tough. All right. And yeah, so he hits us for 5. And that's exactly what we defended for, was 5. So we get to draw a card because we don't add a counter to us. So that's Flow Like Water. And electrostatic armor goes off. If you defend it against attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. So we knock the tough off. Anything else we can play? Nothing right now. So I think what we'll do is, let's see. That was his attack. Now he's got to draw his encounter card, which is Unnatural Storm. Heroes and allies cannot be ready by player card effects. When revealed, exhaust each ally in play. Heroes and allies cannot be readied by player card effects. So I can't use my Limitless Stamina now because of that. Ooh. That just took the wheels off right there. Unnatural Storm. We'll place 2 threat there. We can heal under normal circumstances, but we can't be ready by card effects, which that would be one of them. Ready your hero. Oof, not good. So that means this game's going to last a little bit longer than I hoped, because I cannot thwart that Unnatural Storm with what I have in my hand. All right, so that's the end of Absorbing Man's turn. Now we're going to go over to Drax. I could spend 4 to put Charlie on the table. After this character's attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. He comes into play with a toughness card on him. That'll keep me from having to exhaust Drax. So let's put Charlie out. I hardly ever get to play with Charlie. So Charlie's on the table. And he comes into play with a toughness card on him. I like that. And should I just leave the toughness card on him? I think I will. So we'll ready Drax. And we'll draw up our hand size of 4. So we draw 2 stubborn to die. When Drax would be defeated, instead set his hit points to 4 and go to alter ego. We got the knife leap. Ooh. Wow. There's a knife leap. Very nice. Limitless stamina. And we have payback. After the villain attacks you, deal X damage to the villain where X is equal to your attack. Ooh. That could be good too. I think that knife leap though, that's almost like seeing the end, right? Hero interrupt. When you make a basic attack, you get +5 attack for that attack. That attack gains overkill and piercing. He's sitting at 10. I'm sitting at 5. If I do +5, that knife leap may be the way to go. Payback. After the villain attacks you, 2 stubborn to die and limitless stamina. I can't use limitless stamina while a natural storm's on the table, so that's kind of a dead card. So let's see what happens during his turn. 1 threat, on to none shall pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That adds another to none shall pass. Charlie's going to jump out in front of the attack. Absorbing Man's going to attack him for 3. And it says reveal this card. It's his ball and chain. So the ball and chain comes on the table. So we're going to attack Charlie for 4. That knocks off his tough card. And then we deal him an encounter card. The encounter card that we're going to deal today is Piercing Thorns. Ouch. It says when revealed, discard 1 card at random from your hand. If Absorbing Man has the wood trait, discard 1 card you control. So he does not have the wood trait. He's got the metal trait. But discarding the wrong card from my hand right now could be horrible. So there's the thorns. Here we go. Shuffling up. Random number would probably be 1. Let's say 2. 1 and 2. Payback. So payback is discarded after the villain attacks you. Deal X damage to the villain or equals your attack. That's a dead card anyway. And because we do not have the wood trait, we don't have to discard 1 card that we control. So Piercing Thorns is done. All right. So the knife leap. That's our turn, right? Yep. So the knife leap says reduce the cost to play this card by 1 for each vengeance counter on Drax. So this is a free card to play. Hero interrupt. When you make a basic attack, you get +5 for that attack. That attack gains overkill and piercing. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. +5 is 10. So that will knock out Absorbing Man. He's all the way down to, he started there at 0 on that one, and 0 there. And so Absorbing Man, expert mode, is defeated. Ooh. I was ignoring this. Forced response. After Absorbing Man activates against you, if he has the ice or stone trait, place 1 threat. On the main scheme, he was metal. So I would have taken 1 indirect damage every time he activated against me after he flipped, which would have been at least 4 times that he activated against me. So it wasn't as glorious as I thought, mainly because I forgot this forced response after he activates. Those are hard to remember sometimes, all those different things. So hopefully I did all the damage correctly. If not, be sure to point that out down there in these comments down below. And thank you for watching my video today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to bring you another video again very soon.